Hey y'all, welcome to Sweet Tea and Butterflies. I am participating in the first of the month challenge, and it's with Patriotic Decor, Rustic and Lace DIY, and At Home with Gigi are the hosts of this collaboration. So I will leave the playlist link and each of their channel links in my description box below. So starting out, I am using tumbling tower blocks. Jeez, here I go again. Can't talk. And I did 4 sets of 3. And I've got these cute little farm animal prints that I'm decoupaging on there. And yes, I do a lot of decoupaging in this video. I apologize for a little bit of redundancy with the decoupaging. But I wanted to participate in this, in this particular challenge or collab, and I didn't realize, oh, I need to do 3 projects for this one. So I had, when I printed out the stuff for my main project, I didn't want to waste all that paper, and tissue paper, so I threw other stuff in there to print that was all patriotic, so thankfully I had other stuff to work with. Anyway, so I decoupaged all of those on there with Mod Podge, let it dry, and now I am sanding the excess off. And you do that by sanding downward so that you don't pull your design up. Before I glued all these together like this, I did put a coat of Mod Podge over the top as well, to seal in the images. I don't know if I just didn't record it or if I lost the footage. I had some footage I had to hunt for. So, anywho, so I glued all these together, kind of making a box. And I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I did not put a bottom on the box. I need to go back and do that. But anyway, so after it dried, I went and used the antique wax and hit all the natural exposed wood with the antique wax, and I'm using a baby wipe there. I also ran over the images with the antique wax to kind of rustic them up a bit. And then made sure I got the bottom and the inside. And as I'm doing this even, I wasn't even thinking about, oh, I need to put a bottom on this. Chemo brain is no fun, guys. I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but it's also sometimes comical. For me, anyway, I laugh at myself a lot. If you can't laugh at yourself when you're in situations like that, then it just makes it more stressful. So yeah, I laugh at my chemo brain moments, or at least some of them. Alright, so now we're on to DIY number 2. You can see where I had the other ones up there glued. I did all the gluing of the blocks at the same time. So I took and did the 3, and you see how I've got them, the top 3 in the corner are going vertical. That's the word I'm looking for. And the 2 at the bottom are going horizontal. Now I'm gluing, I think it's 5 of them together. Yeah, gluing 5 of them together here. And then I will turn it around and glue it to the other. it's easier for, yeah, you probably get it more by watching than me trying to explain it. And then I got sidetracked because I had hot glue stuff on the mat that I was working with. So every time I was trying to glue stuff, I wasn't getting it level because, yeah, if that makes any sense. I was trying to get the hot glue bits off of there so that when I stuck all this together, it was flat surface, not a little bump here and there. And then I did the 5 more like that and did the same thing with those, where I flipped them around. And you can probably guess what I'm making with this one, but we'll see. We'll see if you guess. It's not hard. And so I glued those horizontally as well. And then I took and used the antique wax. I let the glue dry, of course, before I did this step. And that glue from the Dollar Tree, it doesn't take long to dry. I usually give it maybe 10 minutes and then, it's set up enough that I can do what I need to do with it. I think I let that set just a little bit longer, because I did the other project first as far as assembling with the animals and whatnot, so that dried a little bit longer. But anyway, so I used the antique wax and just wiped off the excess with a dry paper towel. Now I am using some painter's tape and taping off the top corner. And, well, come on. Because I didn't want to get any of the paint that I'm putting in the top corner on the rest of it. But first I put some glue on, regular school glue, and that was way too much, y'all. I got glue happy there. That was not good. I had to put some back in the bottle. So just know that was not if you recreate this, go a little less on the glue. You don't need a ton of it. I like doing this method for like a crackle effect. It gives a good crackle effect that gives a good weathered look on a project. So I used Waverly's Ocean for that part. And here I didn't hit record when I put the glue on before the red. I realized, I didn't hit record. So yes, there is glue applied to the part that I'm putting the red, the crimson by Waverly on. And then I let that dry. I actually used my heat gun to dry most of it because I wanted to get it done. Because as usual, I was waiting till last minute. I can't help it, y'all. When my kids say, "Hey, let's go fishing," I'm gonna choose fishing with my kids first and foremost. So I was last minute getting all this together too, but I think this time I might actually make the playlist on time. Let's hope. Alright, so school glue, and then I used the Waverly white, and I used my my heat gun to dry that too. And then I had picked out some little wooden stars to put in there. And this is just there's no way I'm going to fit the proper amount of stars, in that little space and all that. So I just kind of did a little design with the stars on there. Because I didn't have enough space for even the teeny stars that I'm painting now. nor did I have enough of the teeny stars. So we went with a design with the stars and the thing. Just so I had some stars in there. And I I glued those down. And I put the bigger one kind of in the middle, and then the others around it. My neuropathy was not being very friendly with me trying to get this done with. I guess it was better than it has been, but it still wasn't being overly friendly with me. Working with teeny tiny little, it's just like, why do I do this to myself? That's okay. I gotta learn to work with my new normal. Some days are better than others, and although, like I said, it wasn't working, it wasn't cooperating with me really well, it was still doing better than most days. So anyway, so I've got the stars in place on there, and then I went and used the Waverly clear wax. And if you do this, if you recreate this, don't start there with the wax. Because when your brush is fully loaded, I had it pooling up all around the things. Start with the stripes first and then go over those where you don't have the wax pooling up around. So I just did that, went over with the clear wax to seal everything in, and I wiped off the excess with a dry paper towel, and then I went in with the antique wax, just kind of rustic it up a little bit. That's a tongue teaser. Tongue twister? I don't know. Anyway, and just kind of, I grunged it up a little bit, making it look rustic. Alright, so here we are, going into DIY number 3. It actually felt good to be able to do 3 DIYs instead of it taking me forever to do one. And lately, my DIYs haven't been overly complicated. They've been pretty simple, but it just seems like it was taking me forever to do one simple one, and I didn't have time to fit any others in there. So it actually felt good to be able to do 3 DIYs and it not take forever to do it. So I've got one of those stretched canvases from, I think I got mine at Dollar General because they had like 2 of them packaged together for $1. So can't argue with that price, right? And I printed out this on tissue paper. And what I did was I taped it onto a light cardstock and ran it through my printer. So now my printer had an attitude, and you can see that star up in the top corner there. It's got like a line down it. It's got like a line of black down it. Since I'm doing like a vintage, rustic-y looking, and whatnot, I decided it wasn't worth it to be picky and have to keep reprinting it until I got a completely clean print, especially considering what I'm doing with this. This print that I put on the cardboard, I did on regular paper. And so I'm just laying down some Mod Podge, just like I did all the other. And then I work on getting that placed on there. Get where I need it, and then I go through and finish with the Mod Podge down the rest of it, and then get it smoothed into place. Now, with the stretched canvas, when I put the tissue paper one on there, I did get some wrinkles, but that's okay. Now, if you want wrinkle-free, then lay down your Mod Podge, let it dry, then put your paper down and use an iron and reactivate the Mod Podge. So here I'm doing the inside one, trying to get it sized up. Just got it, get it in place there, and then taking just use my finger to create a crease there so I know where to cut. And then I did the same thing, a little bit of Mod Podge at the top to get it placed, and then the rest. I did not do top coats of Mod Podge on any of these. The tissue paper is thin enough that it kind of felt like I had a top coat on there, even though I didn't put one on there. So, and with the regular paper, I don't like the wrinkles that it causes when you put a top coat on there, and I didn't feel like it needed it. So here I'm just doing the same thing, the Mod Podge, getting it down in there so that I can get this. Now this is a little trickier because I cut it where I could slide it underneath the wood a little bit, just a tiny bit. So it was a little bit trickier there, but not difficult. And then here's where I cut the canvas so that I can roll it back. I started it with my X-Acto knife and then went through and cut with my scissors to get the pieces that I was gonna. There we go. And you can do this, you can cut this any way that you want. I've seen people cut it, you know, all wonky, not straight from the middle and all that. You can do it however you want. And then I just took a pencil and kind of rolled the canvas up a little bit before I did any gluing of it. But anyway, so while I'm doing this, I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers for coming and watching every time I post a video, commenting on it, liking it. Your support means the world to me. I appreciate it. And, you know, for any of you that are new watching, I would love it if you would subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Comment. Share if you know somebody who would enjoy the content. Alright, so here I am. I'm gluing those rolls, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, you need finger protectors. That's kind of hot. So I reached over and grabbed my finger protector. I did not make you watch me glue all of these points because I have to hold it for a little bit. So here I am placing it on, lining it up with the cardboard. And here's where I had a duh moment. I had meant to have that flipped around the other way so that the bird that is on one spot that's rolled up was at the top and coming up the proper way. But somehow I got it all turned around and screwed up. So it is what it is. Leave it to me, right? I know I'm not the only crafter who has not properly oriented something that they wanted to properly orient. It happens. We do it all the time. We make boo-boos. And I probably would have gone in and flipped it around had I noticed it before I put the lace around it. And now I'm just like, nah, I ain't even gonna mess with it. And I guess I did not get it quite sized properly, so I had to go in and do a little bit of trimming there, which is fine. I find it often is easier if you hit it with your X-Acto first and then go in and cut the back side, with your scissors. Alright, and here is where I am putting the lace around it. Like I said, had I figured out that I screwed up before I did this step, I would have pulled it apart and flipped it around. But we're gonna go with it the way it is. It's a busted canvas. It's not supposed to be perfect. So we're just gonna go with the flow. That is that's been my motto lately, is just go with the flow. Because life is taking me on a wild ride and all I can do is hold on and ride along. So that's what I do. Go with the flow. Works for me. So I wrapped it all the way around. And yes, it's kind of an elastic lace. So I was stretching it around. And then I trimmed it there. So I had just a teeny tiny bit. And then I went through, because I just tapped on the corners when I was putting it on. Now I'm going through and making sure that it's glued all the way across each section there. Because I didn't want to trust just the ones on the corner to hold, especially with it being stretchy, and I stretched it around there. So that's what we're doing. And see, cute little camper trailer thing there. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like, comment, share if you know somebody who would like the content. I also have a buy me a coffee link in the description box. If you feel led to buy me a coffee, that would be absolutely awesome. And so for now, I say thanks for watching and have a great day.